Florida lands a commitment from top 50 elite wide receiver Davian Groce out of Lone Star, Texas. Coming into today, I don't think there was a single person who expected this to go down. I mean, we wake up the morning, I'll skip some of the other UFC getting bought by Paramount. That been great for me and having a really good morning. And then all the crystal balls come in for Florida to land number one QB in the class of 2027, Elijah Haven. And there's some talks about that and other things going around there. But it's like, hey, today's been a great day. And then around 1, 2 o'clock, Davian Gross on his Instagram announces that today is his commitment day. And all the original output was that this is going to be going to Oklahoma. And balls were in favor of Oklahoma. And, I'm asking, like, hey, is there anything? Is this a guarantee to be Oklahoma? I get no response. And then maybe a couple hours later, there's some talks like, hey, Davian Gross is still in communication with both Florida and Oklahoma. Like, this is one that's not over. And then it's like, hey, this is something I'm starting to hear a lot of Florida here that it's not, I'm not saying it's Florida yet. This could easily be Oklahoma, but Florida's made a serious offer here that could definitely go in the Gators' way. Then around 6 o'clock, I started to hear, hey, we got this one in the bag. And then maybe an hour or so before his commitment, the crystal balls start rolling in for Florida to land Davian Gross, the number 47 player on the 247 composite, listed as an athlete, but we're recruiting him to play wide receiver. Also listed as a running back, which he plays both running back and wide receiver at his high school. And it's something that he's not a true wide receiver. Like you look at a Dallas Wilson or a Vernell Brown, where they're playing wide receiver and they're players that they obviously have to improve and get better in college, but they're definitely more fundamentally sound than what Groce will be coming into, or hopefully when he signs with UF and when he gets to UF. But from what I'm told, this is an athlete that they saw as a can't miss prospect. I'm not comparing him to, I'm about to say, but the type of player he is as similar to what we got from Percy Harvin. Now, I'm not comparing and saying he's Percy Harvin. I mean, Percy Harvin was one of the best recruits of all time. I mean, Gross, the cycle isn't over. He could easily finish as a 5-star, but, he's a top 50 guy. He's not a 5-star level player at this exact moment. But you look at his play style to where they can line him up in the backfield. They can line him out wide. He's somebody that you just want to get the ball in their hands and let them make the play. Max Preps has him listed as a 4.3 40. This kid is freakishly fast, good agility, has it all. And with Billy Gonzalez's history of developing wide receivers, I think it's something that, hey, when he gets on campus, it's going to be less of a worry about his stuff as an actual wide receiver. And I think we could easily see Gonzalez develop him into a multifaceted athlete to where he's not just someone you put the ball in their hand, and he is someone that you're running out there on third down. It's like, hey, it's 3rd and 5. I know this guy's going to get open on his in, out, zig, whatever route he's running. And it's someone you can trust. And this did come as a surprise. But from what I had been told, this is someone that they identified. Remember, Samarian Wingo, a couple weeks, 3 weeks ago by now-ish, committed to Miami. And I was like, hey, man, this is a really bad loss for Florida. It was someone that was seen as a Florida lean for months. I mean, going back to last year during the season, even, he was seen as someone that people majority thought was going to be going to Florida. He commits to Miami, and I'm like, hey, guys, hold your horses here. We got a really good wide receiver class last year. We have some good pieces here. They're going big game hunting, and they saw Davian Gross as that big game, and they missed on Wingo, but they go out and get the guy that they identified to be one of those pieces that they knew they couldn't miss. I mean, you go look at some of the previous classes and some of those players that they knew they couldn't miss on. I mean, DJ Lagway obviously was the number one quarterback in high school, Gatorade All-American. He was obviously someone that they knew they couldn't miss. LJ McCray, that's another one where to the national media, it wasn't seen as a Florida lock, or, he was going to be committing to Florida for sure. I mean, the day before he committed, they were running polls to where if you wanted to vote that he was going to choose Florida, it was part of the other team's option where they had FSU, Miami, and Georgia, but Florida was, hey, other. And he ends up committing to Florida. They identified LJ McCray, future 5-star guy, as one of their can't miss prospects, and they end up landing him. I was hearing it was a really big battle that went down to the final minutes, and Florida liked where they were at days before, and they end up getting McCray. And here, Davian Groce, someone that I don't think we necessarily liked where we were at, but we knew if we go out there, we give it our all before he commits. He is someone that they could persuade to come play in the orange and blue. And now Florida has their highest ranked commit, and this moves Florida's class to, let me pull it up right here, number 13 on the 247 rankings, 263, which is just 2 points shy of Miami at 265, and 3 points shy of Michigan at 266, and Tennessee at 270. So we're creeping up there into that top 10-ish range. Now, if you're wondering who could the next commit be, because hey, one top 50 guy is great, but you want to add more and more of those. I think the one to watch here, and this is a serious Florida contender right here, 5-star safety Braylon Womack. All of the summer, it was mostly seen as, hey, this is someone who's going to take his visits. He's going to ask and talk around and everything. But everyone thought this was going to be an Ohio State, not waltz to victory, but it was like, it's probably good Ohio State. This is a battle they've won. But now in the coming weeks and maybe month, Ohio State's kind of faded in this recruitment. Now they have 2 other safeties committed, including a 5-star. I never say never with Ohio State, but Womack's commitment is now seen to be a Florida-Auburn battle. A&M could get in there, but again, I think it's going to come down to Florida or Auburn, and more of the national media's attention seems to be on Auburn as of this moment. But we've seen a lot with these Florida commitments where it's kind of a last-second thing to where it's like, oh, wait, he's coming to Florida in a couple hours. Like the past couple days, we've been saying Auburn's the team to beat here, and Florida comes in, swoops in, and ends up taking this guy. And Braylon Womack is Vinny Sunseri's guy. Had Washington in the Braylon Womack's top schools when he went there. Then he moved to Jack State, but then Florida goes out and makes this hire, and Florida is all of a sudden one of the best, highest ranked teams in his recruitment. And now it seems like we're in the top 2, to where in these final 10 days with his commitment, Florida could easily go out there and win this and have a new highest ranked commitment to go alongside Davian Groce. You could look at the crystal balls we got today for Elijah Haven. I really like where we're at with him and think he could easily become a Gator. Don't necessarily think that's going to happen now, but it's probably going to happen sooner if he does commit to Florida. Happen sooner than what people had originally thought his commitment would go to, sometime within the year at least. I mean, the Texas game has been looked at as, hey, if he's going to, that might be the time where he commits, maybe a bit before it, or if we have to go out and beat Texas and a lot of momentum after that. Like, I think Florida's in a really good spot right now to where they have some advantageous battles that they can really win and really boost themselves up the rankings. And if we can go out there, go Death Valley week 3, that's a big one. And Miami going to Coral Gables week 4, and then week 6 hosting Texas. They have a chance to go in front of the recruits, maybe even more importantly, the boosters, and show that Florida is a place where we can win right now and we can continue winning in the future to get those guys. But thank you guys for watching. Davian Groce, a monumental commitment for the Gators, someone that they really like, top 50 player. I hope to see you guys in 10 days talking about Braylon Womack, but we will be live this Sunday, preseason superlatives. Who's going to lead the Gators in sacks? I think is a very interesting question. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. You become a member here at Florida, the voice of college football, for $2.99 a month. We would really appreciate it. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. And as always, go Gators.